Hello guys! If you're new to coreldraw and this is your first time touching computer to launch or open your coreldraw, believe me, this video is for you. If you're new here, please don't forget to like, then subscribe on the red button and turn on your notification bell to get my future upload. So guys, when you open coreldraw, this is the first thing you're gonna see in your coreldraw. Yes, this is the first thing you're gonna see in your coreldraw. So going over to our menu bar, the first line bar here, this one now is one we called the menu bar. Then coming over to the second bar, this one now is one we call the standard bar. While this third line bar here is one we call the property bar. Then moving over to the left side, you can see we have our tools bar. Then coming down here, you can see we have two bar here, the first bar and the second bar. And these bars are called the task bar. The both of them are called the task bar. Then going over to the right bar, you can see we have our colors here, and this is one we called color palette. Then going over to our menu bar, you can see we have our file here: edit, view, layout, arrange, effect, bitmaps, text, table, tools, window, and the last one, which is help. Then coming down to property bar, you can see we have letter. This is where there is customized size already by the system. System has already customized the size. This is our letter, this is custom, this is A6, this is A4, this is A5, and so many of them. Now coming over to the page dimension, this is where you actually put the size of the work that you want to do by the portrait, by the size, by the width, and by the height. This is where you put it. Then coming over to the portrait, do you like the work to be in portrait or is it in landscape, depending on how the owner or how the work is being required to be. Now this is our unit. This is where you select the units you are going to make use of while working on your system. Now we have our inches, millimeter, pickers, and so many more of them. Feet, years, so many, all these things are actually in our Arduino. So this is used also for the system too. Now going back to our menu bar, you can see starting from our file, there are still some things under this our file. You can see we have our new from template. Then coming over to our edits, you can see we have undo, delete, we have redo, we have repeat, and many more. Then this one is our view, simple wireframe, we have simple wireframe, we have wireframe, we have drafts, normal, and so many more. Then going over to layout, you can see we have insert page, we have duplicate page, we have rename. Then this one is arrangement, we have transformation, we have align and distribute. Then this one is effect, we have adjust, we have transform, we have correction. Then this one is bitmaps, we have convert to bitmap, we have auto adjust, image adjustment lab. Then this one is text. We have under text, we have text properties, tabs, column, bullets, drop cabs. Then as you can see, we still have so many of them under this menu. You can see this menu. This one is new windows, close windows, the same thing. All of them contain so many things under them. Now as you can see, you guys can see now that all of these menus contains very important things which we need to go through, which we need to look into. We need to look into all of this that is being contained here, but we are not gonna go through all of them in this particular video because they are much. Yes, they are really much. So I'm gonna teach you guys the uses of some of these menu bars. Yes, starting from this our file now. This file now, when you open the file, the first thing you're gonna see in the file is new. This is new, and the shortcut for this new is Ctrl N. Yes, I'm gonna teach you guys the shortcuts in all these things, but it's gonna be in our next video. So the shortcut for this new is Ctrl N, and When this new usually used is maybe you're working on your system already, like I've opened this one and I want to open a new page or a new work. What I have to do is that I'll simply come to my file, then click on it and click new. You see, you can see now the new page has already opened. That is work of it. Then we have our open. The shortcut for open is Ctrl O. And how this open works is usually use open to open our already worked or design work that we have already saved. For instance, let's open it now. You see, we have opened this our work now, and these locations here now are the places where we have saved so many of our work that we have designed, we have worked. You can see it can neither be in desktop, it can neither be in document, download. You can see there are many locations where you can locate them, but I locate my work on documents. Yeah, this is where I save my work. Now coming to look for the work that I'm looking for or I saved, look at it now. You see there are many more. Look at them. Yes, I'm not gonna open it because it's gonna waste our time, so I'll just click. When you find the work you want to open, you click on it, then come down to open and click. It will now open, but I'm not gonna open this one. But once you open it, it will now carry it to this workplace. It will appear here. That is actually the work of it. Then this open recent is opening the recent work you have done, like this ones now. These recent ones, the recent works I've done. Then we have our save and our save as. The difference between save and save as is actually, when you open a new work and you haven't saved it for the first time, what you have to do is you come to your save as, and save it. Because save as we ask you the name you want to give your work, then you type your name and save it where you want to save it. But save is already work saved. You have already saved the work before, so you're gonna save it again with the same name. That is actually the difference. So guys, I'm not gonna teach you guys everything in this particular video. Like I said, it is very big. Yes, it's very big, and we are not gonna come out here today if I start teaching everything. So it will be in our next video. Yes, in our next video. And again, like I said, nobody is gonna teach you everything in coreldraw. So some of all these things now, you have to be the one to observe some of them while working on that things. That is how it works. So I will now carry you guys to the tools. I'll teach you guys the uses of the tools, because that is main point in this video now. So guys, now coming over to the tools here, you can see these are the tools we use in coreldraw. The first one here is pick tool, the one we call pick tool. The second one is shape tool. This one is the crop tool. Why this one is the zoom tool. This one is freehand tool. Then this one is smart fill tool. This one is rectangle tools. Then this one is ellipse tools. Why this one is the polygon tools. Then this one is the text tools. Why this one is parallel dimension tool. This one is straight line connector tool. Then this one is drop shadow tool. This one is transparent tools. Then this one is the color eyedropper tools. Then this one is interactive fill tools. Why this one is outline pen, and this one is edit fill, sorry. Now all these tools now here, you can see these are not all the tools we have in coreldraw. There are still many more of them. If you look at these tools properly, you can see there is still arrow pointing down, that some of the tools has arrow pointing down. You can see like this one now. Let's start from this pick tool now. When you click on this arrow, you can see there is still other tools that is attached to it. You can see we have pick, we have freehand pick, we have free transform. Then the next one, which is the shape, the same thing is applicable here. You can see this is shape, smooth, smell, twine, attract, repel, smudge, roughing, and the same thing is applicable here as well. This is our crop, this is line, this virtual segment, then it's erase. Then this one is zoom. You can see this is zoom, this is pan. The same thing, anyway you see arrow facing down, you know there is still other tools attached to that particular tool. That is how it works. You can see. So I'm gonna teach you guys the uses of some of these tools, not all, because I don't know the uses of all of these tools, but I'm gonna teach you guys the most commonly tools, the one we commonly use in our work, and mostly the one I commonly use. Yes, I'm gonna teach you guys, and it's gonna help you a lot in your graphics design. Yes. So I'll be starting with the first tool, which is the pick tool. The first tool here is the pick tool, and the work of this pick tool is actually for selection, for positioning, and transformation. For instance, let's use this as sample. And what actually does that is this pick tool, you can see. And maybe this cycle is 2 now, and I need to select the two together. You can see clicking on this cannot bring the two together, but I have to select the two by left clicking on my mouse. You can see you left click on your mouse. You can see now these two are now selected together. They can move together. That is actually the work of these pick tools. And again, the work of this pick tool can as well help in dropping tools. Yes, it helps to drop tools so that we can make use of the mouse for another tools. Now, for instance, the same thing I use, let me still use the circle. Now, you see I've drawn my cycle now, and maybe I need to make use of other tools like rectangle, letter, or alphabet, something like that, to type something. And I can't be able to do any other thing. You can see that the mouse has already changed. It's not like normal mouse. So I need to drop these things so that I can be able to make use of it for another day. So you can see if I want to draw my rectangle now, I can't be able to draw it. I'll be busy drawing this my cycle, because this the two has not been dropped. So for me to be able to draw or use any other make use of it for any other tools, I have to go to this pick tool and click on it by dropping it. That is another work of the pick tool. Now the second tool here, which is the shape tool, the work is actually for editing curved objects by manipulating the nodes. For instance, let's make use of this one, rectangle. Okay, let's use rectangle for instance. Like now, this is our object, this is our tools. Like you can see now, this our tools now has 8 nodes. Like this black dot here are the ones we called nodes. This is what we call nodes. This black 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yes, these 8 nodes here is one we call node. So this one we call the nodes. I have to drop my tools, then I click on my shape tools. Hope you notice something different. Now you can see that these nodes are no longer 8, or rather it is now 4. Yes, 4 nodes. And like I told you, it's that this shape now is used in editing curve objects. So for you to edit this or manipulate this object now, you need to convert it to curve. So what you have to do is that you place your cursor in the center, or make sure it's in the center. You can see you left click, you can see now you come here and convert it to curve, or rather you can still go to your property. You see, look at your property bar. Like I told you, any of the tools you open here, it will open the full content in the properties bar. If you don't want to make use of mouse left clicking, you can as well make use of the property bar. Like you want to convert this one to curve, you can as well come here. You see this one is convert to curve, and click on it. It has already converted to curve, and you notice that the node has changed as well, because you can see the size of the nodes and how tiny it looks. So it has already converted to curves. Now for you to manipulate it now, and depending on the work you're doing, depending on the shape or you're doing, depending on the shape you want to give the object. So for you to manipulate this one now, you have to create double click to create node. You can see you double click, you can see once you double click you're creating nodes. And like I say, that is the work or the shape you're looking for. We tell you the amount and the places this knot should be clicked on. Now if this knot you're not more comfortable with them, you can delete them by maybe you click on it and left click, then come here, you see the knot and delete it. Or you can come and double click on it. You see, once you double click on it, it's already deleted. You can see it has deleted. And as well, if you want to break the knot apart, yes, if you want to break it, if you want to break like this shape now, if you want to break it, you double click on it, then come to break apart and click. You see now you have already break it apart. Maybe you want to remove it, you already come here and click, then left click and click delete. You can see maybe you want to create an open here, you click and delete, but we don't want to create an open, so you have to go back. You see, you are going back on our standard bar. You can see it. Now our mind now is to create a love shape. Yes, let's create a love shape. For us to create a love shape, what we have to do is that we come here and click and put our node here. We put our node here, then come down here and put our node shape here. You can see, then we come back here and click, then left click and delete. The same thing here, you click, left click and delete. You see, this is not the actual way. Maybe there is different way which you can create this love. You can even still get it in the system, and if you like, depending on what you're doing and how you want to do it. And this is not the only way which you can even create this shape. You can create this shape in many ways. You know, my own concept may not be your own concept, so it depends. I'm just teaching you this, and it's not that I'm doing it perfect. I'm just using it to teach you guys how to do it. Now as I want to change this thing to shape of the love, what I have to do is that I'll come here again and convert it. Like I told you, that every tools that we click on the property, that every content of it will appear on the property. So if I don't want to left click like this now to convert it to curve, like I told you, I'll come to my property, but you can see it. See this one, convert to curve. You can see now this one is convert to curve. I'll rather click on it, then the same thing is applicable here. I'll click, left click, then convert to curve. So I'll now come and drag my this. You can see you see. Now I'll come here again and click, then go to my property bar and click and left click. You see, I've already converted it to curve. You can see now the same thing is applicable here. I will left click here, I'll right click here, sorry, I'll left click here, then and right click here and convert to curve. You can see now, then drag and put to shape I want. This is actually not the shape, but I'm just using it to teach you guys something. You can see if this is not even smooth, I can even right click. You can see if I right click now, I'll click on the object and right click and click on the smooth. You see some of this now will now be smooth. And if you're not contented with the shape, maybe you want to change it and you didn't see the arrow again, what you have to do is that you come to the Lord and click. You see the arrows will now appear. Maybe you're not, you see, are you noticing something? You can see now we are making something different. Hope you see it. You see now, you see, I think, yeah, this is it. So this is the work of these shape tools. So let me go and drop this my tools now so that I can make use of another tools. Then the next tool here is the crop tool. The work of this crop tool is actually for separation or cutting out or selection of a particular portion of a picture or background, which we all are used to, because to make use of it in our phone, let's take it for an instance. Let's make use of this. Let's make use of this triangle. Okay, then what we have to do, we put corner so that we can be able to cut out something from there. Let's use here. You can see what I'm doing now. When you click on your crop tools, then you hold and drag to the portion you want to crop out, then and double click. You see, when you double click, that small portion you want to cut out has already come out, is now out. So this is the work of these crop tools. So the next tool here is the zoom tools. The work of these zoom tools, it helps in magnification level of objects. For instance, now maybe your work is too tiny and you cannot see it properly, but with the help of this zoom tool you can be able to see it. Let's do something. Let's make use of zoom. Okay, now let's type something. Jovita. Okay, let's make use of this Jovita. Let's move it. Okay, let's drop our key, then we'll move it to the edge. As you can see, it's very tiny. Okay, as you can see, this Jovita is very tiny and you may not even see it properly. For you to see it properly, what you have to do is that you have to come to your zoom and click on the zoom, then you come to that word or that place you want to see more clearly and left click. You see, you left click. The more you're left clicking, the more it's coming closer. You left click, but if you want to reduce it, you right click. You can see, you right click, you right click, you right click, you right click. That is the work of it. It helps you in the magnification level. So let's enter the next tools. The next tool is what? These freehand tools. The next tool is freehand tools. The work of this freehand tool is that it helps in curve line and straight line. As you can see, and many more things. It can help you to do many more things like this. You can see this one is curve line. You can use it for straight line. You can see, and mostly I use it for my tracing. I use these tools for my tracing. There are so many things you can use this tool to do. You can see there are so many things you can be able to do with these tools. You can see, look at it, you can see, you see now. So you can be able to do so many things with these tools. So moving to the next tool, the uses. We have our rectangle, is used in drawing our shape, our rectangle shape. You see now, maybe I want to make use of, maybe there is a particular shape I'm looking for, and I want to work on a poster. Maybe let me say 4x4 poster. What I have to do is that drawing this my shape tools now. Then what I have to do is that I will come to my size. This is the size of the work I want to do, and this is the width side of it. Then I click Like I want to work on 4x4, I click on my 4, then come down here and click on my 4 as well and enter my work. You can see my size now. This is size of 4x4. You can see. Or you can as well, it can as well work like this. Okay, let me delete this one. This is our workspace. This is my workspace. So if I want to make use of this thing, I can come here. If I want to make use of this particular workspace, what I have to do is that I will come to this my rectangle and double click. You see, it has already appeared on my work. You can see it. You see, that is actually the work of this rectangle. Now we have our ellipse tools. You can see ellipse tool, we can use it and draw our circle. When you can draw, even you can see the circle is not even normal circle, but for you to get normal circle, what you have to do is that when you bring your ellipse tool, you draw it while holding your shift button in your desktop. You can see you hold your shift button so that you can be able to get the perfect cycle. But if you're perfect in drawing it with freehand without holding it, it's still okay. But if you're not perfect, you make use of your shift together with your mouse and draw it. You see, that is work of this shape. Now we have our polygon. This is a polygon shape. Okay, this is our polygon shape. This is our polygon shape. Okay, and from this polygon shape you can get many other shapes from there. Like you can see the shape of this polygon now. When you come to the property by law, like I told you guys before, when you open a tool, that it opens some of its contents in the properties bar. So going to this properties bar, you can see you can increase the node of this polygon shape. Now you can increase the node from this properties bar. Look at it now. You can notice something. You see, from even that shape to circle shape, you can see the nodes are now playing too much. Look at it now. Maybe you want to create out something from this polygon shape now. Just imagine. Okay, what you have to do now, as you have already increased the nodes of this polygon, it's now turned into shape cycle. Then if you go to this our shape tools and click, you see the shape has already changed. Even the node, some of the nodes, the big one has already disappeared. What you have to do is that you click on this your node arrow, then you drag it down, or you hold your shift as well and drag it down. You can see, are you noticing something? You're creating out something from that polygon shape. So you can see, look at it. Just imagine, look at it. You can see. You see? If you even like self, you can as well increase the node so that it will give you one kind shape like this. I know. Now look at this shape. Imagine. I know some of you may be wondering where they have seen this shape, because it's rampant, mainly seen in certificates. Yes, it's mainly seen in certificate. This is it. This is what they use to do it, and this is how they do it. You see it. This is it. This is actually the work of this polygon. You can create different shapes from this polygon. You discover all of these things while working. Like I told you, all of these things now nobody's gonna teach you. Some of these things you used to discover it on your own while working, because even me now, as I'm teaching you guys, I'm discovering some things also. So if you're working, you discover so many things on your own. That is how it works. Then the next tool here is the text tool. The text tool is the work is actually used in typing out words. Like, okay, let's use Jovita concept Jovita concept. You can see now. Okay, this is Jovita concept, and we get this Jovita concept out from the text tools. This is actually the work of the text tools. And like I told you, if you open a tool, it will open its content in the properties bar. Now this one has opened in this properties bar, and you can see this is our area. This is the font character of this word. Now the area, when you click here, you can see different kinds of fonts, beautiful one for that matter. Everything, you have to bring something that will beautify your sentence or your word. You can see we have different kinds. Okay, let me shift our word so that you'll be seeing what we are looking for. This is the name, and we're looking for a beautiful font that will make it look more good. You can see, maybe what about this one? We have beautiful cursive fonts. You can see, look at them, look at them, look at them. You see, until you keep selecting until you see the one you like, the one that look beautiful to you. Let me click this one. Now you see, this is it. You choose the font that you beautiful on it. Now the next one is the font size. Look at it. You choose the size of the work you're working from here. You can see, and in case if the size you're looking for is not even here, you can even come here and click or highlight, then type in the size of work you want to put. You see, this is 45, and this is the size of work I want to do. And again, moving to the next one is bold. This is bold. This is what we call bold, to make your work bold. And is your work, the font you have already chosen will determine if you're going to bold it again or not. Like this one now, the font don't require bold, so let's go and look for the font that requires bold. Let's go back and use area. You see now, you notice something different. Okay, this is Jovita concept now. So we have to bold this thing by clicking on this bin. You see, do you notice something different? Do you notice something different? You can see they even change in shape. You can see, and the next one is the Itania. If you want to put it in Itania, you will decide. You see, you click here. This way you can get whether it's going to be in Itania or not. Now the next one is the underline. You want to put it in underline, you put it. You can see. Now the next one is the alignment. How do you want the word to be? Do you want it to be in the left, center? This is how you would like to arrange your work. This is full justification. Look at it. Okay, for instance, let's do sample. Okay, enter. Beautiful. Then class. Okay, class. Beginner. Okay, let's use this as sample now. You see how these words are now. They are not in good alignment. So for us to arrange it well, what we have to do is already on the left side. If I want to change the position of this thing, I'll click. You see, this is my center, this is my right, this is my full justification. You can see them now. That is work of this. And again, there's something I would like you people to know. These things now, you can as well, you can increase the size of this work from this font size. Okay, and as well you can increase this work from this node now, the edge node. From here you can increase the words or the sentence. You can see now, but this node, this particular node here, and this one and this one and this one, you don't touch them anyhow. You only make use of them when necessary. Okay, because they manipulate your sentence or your word. Like for instance, now look at this one. Do you see how it disfigures the words? So that's why I say that it's only make use of when needed. So the next one here we're gonna talk about is the shadow, dropping shadow. Let's see the work of shadow now. For instance, let's draw our cycle. See our cycle here. Okay, let's corner it. Okay, let's go to our shadow and bring it. This is our shadow. Let's put it on. You can see our shadow. You can see it. If you want to increase it, you can still increase it. You see? You want to remove it anyhow you want to do it, but this is what shadow does. This is what shadow does. Now, okay, this is actually what shadow does. Now the next one is transparent. Transparent. See our transparent. I better not mind my kisser. I don't even know how it's behaving like this time. Now this is my transparent. The work of transparent is for blending corners. You are hiding and bringing out corners. You hide one corner and bring out the other corners. So for instance, let's use this one as sample. Let's draw our cycle now. This is our cycle. Let's color it. This green. Okay, this green. Let's change the color. This is another color. Okay. Now for us to hide this blue part that is being made with this other circle, we have to make use of this our transparent tools. We have to make use of this our transparent tools. You can see the corners. You can see the corner is hiding. You can see. I don't need to see anything. You can see now. This is it. Yes, you can see that the corner is hiding. It's using fading the corners. Yes, I'm bringing out one out. That's work of transparent. Yeah, that's work of transparent. Yes, you can see. You can see. It's have different kinds. Yes, if you want this, you can see this texture. How do you like it? You know, some of these things you discover them while working also. Yes. And the only thing you can do to help yourself is that you should make sure you know the uses and the functions of all these tools. If you know the uses, you have already did a great work. Seriously, you're gonna make it. Yes, you're gonna make it. So the next tool there is one we call the color eyedropper. What is the work of this color eyedropper? The work is actually for transferring of color, the exact color to another object. Like this one now. Let's color this green. Assuming to say I want this exact color to be here, I'll make use of my color tools. You can as well pick your corner here and put here, but you know there is some cases, where you may need this color airdropper, so you have to learn it as well. Then what you have to do, if you want to put this corner to here, you have to click on your airdropper. When you click on it, you come to that corner you want to change. As you can see, you're seeing the corner of that in this our airdropper. Look at it. So you have to click on it and you see that the tools has already changed. You can see my cursor has changed. It brought out the corner that you want to change out. You can see the corner is holding it, and come there that you want to place the corner and click on it. You can see the corner has already been started. Okay, the next one there. Okay, I'm coming. The next tool here is the interactive field corners. Interactive field corner. Okay, interactive field corner. Let's do this. This is actually the work of this interactive field corner. This is where colors are being mixed up in one place. Yes, mixture of corner in one place. Look at it now. When you click on this, maybe you want to put corner from this side. You see the arrow is brought down. You click on it. Click on your red. Then come here as well and click. You can see you have, maybe you want to put another thing and click on it. Maybe if you want another corner to be here, you bring this your cursor here. Once it's in this form, you double click on it. You can see it has already bring out the corners. You select the ones you want, any one you want to select it and put. You see, anyhow you want it to be, you can get it from the properties bar, like I said. You can see, look at it. Yes, you can see it now. It's okay. That is how the work of it. Now we now have our outline pen. The work of this outline is for increasement. For instance, let's do this. Okay, let's use word for it. Let's use Jovita. Now this is Jovita. Let's put it this way so that you can understand it better. This is Jovita. You can see how this blue line here now, this blue line that you're seeing now is what we call the outline. This is what we call the outline. Just concentrate and see how this outline will change. Once you come to this your outline pen, you click on it. When you click on it, you see the sizes of this outline. If you want to increase it, if you want to reduce it, look at it. If you don't want the outline, you can click here. Then how you see, are you noticing something? You see that the size of this outline has increased. You can see. So the same thing is applicable here. The edit fill. Okay, we want to, you see, I want to change the corner of this. You see, if I still want to change the corner without going to the corner panel, I'll come there and click any one I want. You see, the corner has already changed. That is actually the work of it. Edit. You can see now. Now coming to this our corner panel, we can see our box here that is with cross, that is with bar sign. You see, that is being crossed like this. This is what I'm talking about. I don't even know what to call it. Yes, once you see the work of this is actually for the removal of outline or the fill in corners. For instance, let's type our Jovita again. Jovita. Let's type our Jovita again. You see, this is my Jovita. Then let's click this and click this. You are seeing the outline now. So if assume to say you don't want the outline, what you have to do is that you come here and left and right click. You see, once you right click, the outline has disappeared. If you want to put it back, you left click. So if you want to remove the fill in the inside one, what you have to do is you come here and left click. You see, then you put your outline if you want. That is actually the work of it. That is actually the work of this outline. Yes, this is the corner panel as we said. So guys, this is where we're gonna end for today's tutorial. And if you watch this video and like it, please do not hesitate to share with your friends, share with anybody you know that is interested in learning graphics design. See you guys in my next video.